Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're reading for October 7th, 8th, and 9th, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, if you're new to my channel, what you want to do is, I would hope you watch the introduction at least once, but this will be tagged on to all the videos in the beginning. If you want to go straight, or if you're a cross-watcher and you want to go straight to the readings, then go right down there. There's a timestamp in the description, and you can just bypass this. Watch at least once though, please. Anyway, you know that when I'm doing the weekend, I use my Radley Valentine Angel Tarot cards, my John Holland Psychic Tarot and Oracle cards. I will pull one also from my Doreen and Grant Virtue Angels of Abundance. That's fairly new. And of course, my Emily Anderson Crystal deck. Now, for this introduction, what we do is we look at the world, the universe at large, and I will be using my Waite Rider Traditional Tarot and my Colette Baron Reed The Good Tarot. Now, I have prayed, meditated, and infused all the decks with Reiki energy. Just remember though, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest. I'm an intuitive channeler. I open myself to higher power. Whatever the words are, I try not to get too much in the way of it, okay? So higher power to me is God, Source, Holy Spirit, but to you, it may be somebody or something different. That's okay. Anyway, so what's going on here on the 7th? Just to kind of just do what's going on in the world. Mercury, which is in Virgo, will be trining, which is a good position with Pluto that still is retrograde in Capricorn. However, Capricorn is going to be going direct, and so what's going to happen is it is stationary right now. So Mercury is the planet of fast actions, fast energies. There's a lot of communications that comes with Mercury. Mercury likes to be in Virgo. That is a Earth planet. Capricorn is also an Earth planet. Pluto has been reconstructing it's been in a reconstruction mood since 2008 when it entered into Capricorn. So it is reconstructing a lot of things in the earthly realm. So the two of it, so you might hear some communication. We might hear something about what Pluto is doing. They're in a good position. They're liking each other. So the news may not necessarily be so harsh as it might be something that's very welcoming. However, on the 8th of October, that's when Pluto starts to go direct. Again, it's a stationary direct. It's almost like Pluto is just sitting there right now, and it's just kind of playing in its Capricorn world, and it's kind of deciding how we're going to reconstruct, because Pluto has had a lot of destruction in the world of Capricorn, and now because Pluto will be going into Aquarius soon enough, 2023, it goes back and forth a little bit into Aquarius, and that's going to be all about the reconstruction of our thoughts and how we look at things and how we think about things and how we learn. So that's all up here when it starts doing that. Capricorn is with what we're doing with our hands, what we're doing with our lives. It's very tangible reconstruction energy. So on the 8th, it's going to go direct, but it's called stationary direct. So it's just kind of sitting there right now. On the 9th of October, we have a full moon in Aries. Now, this full moon will also be playing with some of the planets too. So the full moon will be in conjunction with Jupiter, which is retrograde in Aries. So that's a really positive source. It's a really positive energy for us. It is sextile with Saturn and Mars. Saturn is retrograde in Aquarius. So sextiling it's just kind of a, like a here or there. It's not necessarily really forceful, but it's not bad at all. In fact, it's kind of like a buddy that maybe you haven't seen for a while. However, the full moon in Aries will be squaring with Pluto in Capricorn. So that's where Aries is going to try to get Pluto to make some moves. It's kind of like telling Pluto, hey, you know what? We're done with a lot of this garbage. Start doing the reconstruction part on the physicality part. So It's going to be, but we don't know how Pluto's going to react to that. We don't know how Pluto is going to be. Is Pluto going to go along with that Aries energy? You know, remember we had the new moon in Libra, which is all about balance, and then we have this fiery Aries moon. And remember, it is, even though it's, you know, sextile isn't necessarily a strong partnership, it is still a partnership with Jupiter also in Aries too. So Aries wants good stuff. Aries wants stuff to start changing for the positive, and it's trying to push Pluto a little bit more into making some better changes, okay? Better choices. Pluto, it's time for you to make some better choices. So the full moon will be in Aries, in October 9th. That will be at 4:54 p.m. Eastern Time. And then it was interesting, Pluto goes direct at 5:55 p.m. Eastern Time also. So there are some fives. So that could be some change. Either way, these are some strong energies, and it could either be something very positive or it might be something that's just not darn too pretty. Okay? Anyway, let's see what we've got going now. Let's go on and see what we have with the Waite Rider Tarot. What do we have from our higher power for this weekend, and especially with the full moon? And regardless of what the full moon is, and regardless the energies that try to square it or oppose it or try to rough it up a little bit, it is still a great time to release, relinquish, and request. And the more we put out the positive energy, the more that gets picked up also. So, like I said, release what's, or I've said in the past, release what's no longer needed, release what's holding you back, relinquish what's no longer needed, and request the good stuff, because good stuff it's okay to ask for. Okay, we've been kind of conditioned not to expect miracles, and to me, miracles happen all the time. So let's see what we've got here. Remember, anything reversed has stronger energies. For me, let's see what we've got. So now we have a 3 of Cups. So the number, and it was reversed. Now this is a celebratory energy. This is something like good things are happening. Things are moving. It's an emotional energy here too, because Cups is our it is our Pisces, it is our Cancer, it's also our Scorpio energy. We're about to turn into Scorpio. Scorpio is the next season. Neptune is still retro in Pisces, so it's going deep and looking into our subconscious. What is it that we've been wanting? But this is, again, so this is Cups, this is 3. 3 has celebratory energy, creative energy, and it's the power of 3. So power of 3 energy is not a bad thing to do, especially around the full moon. So get a couple of buddies, get a couple of friends, and really put out the positive energy. And you can do with the full moon 3 days before, 3 days after. All of that does have an effect. But this is celebration. This has things coming to a better positioning. I know sometimes, the universe doesn't necessarily feel like it's, has a lot to celebrate about, but something is going on, something emotionally, something spiritually is going on. There's a spiritual, maybe a spiritual celebration about to occur. Here we go. Next card is, now we have a 10. So 10 is a transitional number. We have a 1, new beginning. A 0 is God's source energy. But transition means we're moving on. We're moving. We're making some changes here. And the Wheel of Fortune this is a major arcana. So this is a very high universal card. And this is kind of saying there's been a lot of spiritual energy, that from that 0 to 9, there's been a lot of spiritual makeovers, spiritual ascensions, and now we're transitioning. If you think about what comes after transition, we have 11, which is justice, we have the 13, which is death, we have, the devil. We have a little bit more to go through, but on the other side of all that becomes the star, becomes the sun, becomes the world. So there is a lot of positive. It's just keep going. We just have some more to go through, but on the flip side, there is much better energies waiting us. Here we go. Next card is Now, this is again reversed. This is our rods. Rods are our fire sign. So there's Aries, full moon, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, passionate, burning, determined energy, very consuming energy. So it takes the spirituality of the cup energy and it just makes it flame. It just makes it go after what you want. Now, twos are partnerships, decisions, crossroads. It could be, it could just be something that we have some choices about. The two of rods is a positive decision, is a decision that, it's like, here he is. He's got his two. He's got his hand on one. So it does look like a decision has been made. But he has the world awaiting him also. So this is a positive decision. This is a positive movement. But we also have this. So even though he has his hand on this, it doesn't necessarily mean that he is totally on board or totally, with this decision. He could change his mind. But it is something where you really step up. The two of rods is stepping up, and it's just, I do feel like there's a decision that's been made. Okay, so now the two other energies we haven't talked about is our air energy or our sword energy. That is Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. We are in Libra season. Lots of stuff going on with Gemini. Mars is in Gemini right now. It is direct for the moment, and we have Saturn, which is direct for the moment. It will be, switching over to, I'm sorry, it's retro. It will be going direct pretty soon. Anyway, an Aquarius is our thought processes, our making plans, our thinking things through. Also, it could be about messages received. And then we have our Pentacles or our earth energy, and that is our Capricorn, our Taurus, and our Virgo energy. And all of them, Mercury in Virgo, Uranus is retrograde in Taurus. It's been there for since 2018, I think it was. I think we talked about that. It'll be there till 2024. And then, of course, we have the good old Pluto, which is just sitting there right now in Capricorn. So let's see what we have. One card here. So here we go. Okay, we have the Queen of Water. Now, all the court cards have dual energies. So one is the underlying energy, so such as the Queen. The Queen's underlying energy is water or cups, okay, emotional, it's fluid. This is also water energy. So Page would have the underlying energy would be Pentacle, earth energy. It is, Page is very adventurous and wants to start on new beginnings. Knight's underlying energy is fire energy, or so it would be the rod's energy, and their underlying energy. While the Page wants to start, the Knight is like, okay, let's go get them. The water energy is emotional, caring. It's very spiritual energy. And then, of course, the King has the air energy. So this is water. This is cups. Very emotional time. So this would be a time that just really, you're going to really want to watch. You're going to want to watch your emotional energies, okay? I have spoken about energies as almost like a currency, so you really want to make sure you're not spending it foolishly. You're not spending it on something that's not going to give you a really good return. So I know that we don't have any earth energy in here. It's water. So the Queen, though, is very caring, is very loving. I'm just kind of feeling like the Queen is just, just doesn't necessarily feel the, she doesn't feel, I'm kind of feeling like this Queen is borderline with hope, okay? She's just wanting and she's hoping and she's wishing. At the same time, she's feeling things extremely deeply. So something's going on with her, but she's also royalty. She's also, steps up. She also puts her, even though her feelings are right out there and just right for everyone to see right now, she does know her job. She does know her duty. So something with this emotional energy, very fluid energy, spiritual energy. So this is, and again, I kind of feel this thing between her vacillating a little bit between a loss of hope, and yet hoping for miracles. Okay, so something about her is interesting, especially since we have celebration, we have wonderful choices, we have this, but even though things are moving forward, like I said, there's going to be some weird, it's still weird times. We still have that because we live in a weird universe right now. So the Queen, I'm just feeling like the Queen is kind of between a loss of hope and hoping for a miracle. I just feel like she's just a little bit in between there. So let me know what you're thinking about this. How did you read this? Because many of you do, so I really appreciate that. Take a moment, please, because this helps. This does help to like, share, subscribe, click on the bell for notifications. Keep me going, and I appreciate you doing that. Also comment. I do love hearing from you. So why don't we start our readings now? Hello and happy birthday to my Libras. How are you today? I hope you're doing really, really well. The energies, I'm feeling a little off today, so not sure if that means picking something up or dropping something off. Not quite sure where that is, or if there's the energies going on. Like I said, we're coming to the full moon. We're going to be, your nice, balanced new moon, and then we come to Aries, which is all in your face. And then it's really, with the thing with Pluto, it just feels, energetically, it feels there's change is a-coming. Change is a-coming. So let's see what we have for my Libras. Let's see, for my happy birthday Libras. And remember, too, change, it could be, it could be rough, it could be easy. And it all depends on our energies and how we accept the changes. Here we go. 3 cards are face down. These 2 are reversed, so we have some stronger stuff here. First card, let's see what we've got, my Libras. The High Priestess. Okay, so now we are coming closer and closer to that, to All Hallows Eve, Samhain. We're coming to that, end of the month where the veil between this world and the next world gets very, very thin, and this is a good time for you to, to work on your intuition and to trust your intuition. But you always want to, whenever you're working with something that's in the more occult, and occult does not mean bad, it just means that it's hidden from us, okay? We don't know everything. We can't know everything. If we tried to know everything, our brain would just malfunction, okay? So the High Priestess is here to help us understand and help us to at least filter some of our understanding with the hidden side of the energies, with the other side of the veil. Now, Mercury just went direct, though we are in the shadow of the retrograde still. So there is still that time with my Libras where you may be experiencing people coming back to you. Also, you may be experiencing, waking up and then all of a sudden saying, oh, somebody was visiting me during the night or visiting me during the day. So, but the High Priestess is a card that says you won't get more than what you can handle. Now, sometimes it stretches you and you're like, I can't handle any more, and it stretches you just that much more. So just be aware of it, that this weekend could be a very highly intuitive weekend. It could also be, the energies are really right for you to be, talking to be dealing with the other side of the veil. Again, though, whenever you're doing anything like that, I go and ask my higher power, God, to cover me in a cloak of protection. Okay, so the High Priestess, it's a 2. So 2 is about crossroads, choices, decisions, partnering. The High Priestess is an oracle energy here, so it is about receiving messages. It's also about coming and, because when you're receiving a message, somebody has to receive it. Somebody has to go to the High Priestess and ask for ask for a message to be delivered or a question to be asked. So this is, listen to your intuition, have patience, consider carefully what you want before acting. So there's a lot of good energy that's going to try, that could transmute your wishes, your thoughts, your hopes into the physical. But it is telling you to be careful. What is it? Be careful what you wish for. Anyway, next card is reversed. The King of Water. So we have a 2, we have a King. King Underlying energy is air, your energy. Water is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, fluid, very emotional. Pisces, Pisces comes to mind because Neptune is retrograde. Neptune is going deep into the subconscious. Neptune is going into those darker places and really trying to pull them out so that you can actually see them more and more. The King of Water is somebody who has gone through the mill, the emotional water, the emotional mill. He has gone through the ups and downs of life. He likes the ups better than he likes the downs, but he understands the downs and he has come out of it a better person. The King of Water follows his heart. The King of Water trusts his intuition. He trusts that life is there for his betterment, that life is going to be more than what we see. Okay? But the King of Water, very high emotional quotient, very high love energy here too. Okay, so something, again, the High Priestess, something hidden, something, intuition, going beyond the veil, learning a little bit more about something that's been kept hidden. This is, again, King of Water. Again, though, you do have that air energy. So the air energy is trying to make sense of it. That's the hard part about air energy, is when, your emotional energy is, when you're trying to make sense of your emotional energy, it doesn't always jive well with that. Libras, you tend to, you do have the high, strong emotional quotient, but you also try to make sense of it, and that's where a lot of your conflict comes. It really does. It really does. So this is trying to say, I'm kind of getting this vibe. We'll see what the third card says, but getting this vibe about following your heart, leaning a little bit more to your kindness, leaning a little bit more to your emotional energy, not losing control, because the King and the High Priestess do not lose control of their emotions. Next card, we need to read. Trustworthy, passionate, respected, and cultured. Open your heart and mind to those around you. Trustworthy and heartfelt advice, charity work, caring for people who have less. So let's see what we've got here. Reversed, we have Justice. Now, Radley Valentine's cards are a little bit different. Justice is actually the 11 in the traditional tarot. Somehow he switches up Justice with Strength. Okay. 8 is an unlimited opportunities, unlimited possibilities. Justice is, seeing things right, seeing things made right. Now I kind of look at his cards as there is strength in justice and there is justice in strength. And the thing about this for you, my Libras, is you want the balancing of those scales. You want whatever this is. You want things to not just feel, not to have the emotional feels, but also for them to make sense too. Now, I don't do legal advice. I'm not saying that this is a legal reading at all. So, you trust whoever that is for you. But this is about, again, the Justice card. It is justice. Even if it's not the 11, it is justice. And it is about bringing justice to the world, bringing justice to the universe, bringing justice to karmic energies too. So you do have these very high universal energies here. The High Priestess knowing more and more and more. And the Justice is kind of like seeing the truth. I feel like this is for you. This is going to be a time where you see the truth. You're going to feel very deeply about it, but you're still going to trust the world. You're still going to trust people. Maybe not trust everyone, but there still will be trust involved here. But again, I kind of feel this Justice is seeing the truth, is seeing the reality, kind of that Saturn in Aquarius. Remember, I'm always talking about illusion versus reality. So this is where seeing the truth is happening. And you might be seeing it just because you intuitively know what's the truth. Okay, so anyway, Archangel Raguel. Fair and just decisions. Do what you know is right. Stand up for your beliefs. So next card is, let's see, John Holland, Psychic and Tarot for our Libras. What else? So yeah, there's going to be, it may feel very emotional weekend. It may be, but there's going to be things that are going to be revealed to you. You're going to be seeing the truth about many, many, many things, many people that are maybe in your environment. And it's just, and it's not necessarily easy either way. But the King of Waters there to say to love, okay? Okay, let's see what we have. But yeah, I am seeing the truth very strongly here for you. Okay, John Holland. Let's see, we're going to cut for one card here. Okay, and now we come back to a 2. A 2 and, you know, crossroads choices. Mental conflict. Remember, I told you that, you know, when you feel something so strong and you know something, you know, you want to have it make sense. You want it to have it to make sense. And this could be a weekend where things just don't make sense, but you just know what you know, what you know. Okay? So mental conflict. I do believe that this is an air energy card, but I'm always a little bit, you know, different with his cards. So air energy would be your energy. So again, this is about, you know, what you know. You might not be able to prove what you know, but you'll know what you know. Okay? Okay, let's see. Let's see what abundance, angels of abundance, that's this card, what they have for my Libras. Yeah, it may not feel easy for you, but you have a 282, 282. It may not feel easy for you, and you might be a little frustrated because you can't necessarily explain it to others. And I hate that when I don't have the words, but you'll just know. You'll know the truth, and the truth will set you free. How's that? Okay, let's see what we've got going on here. Angels of Abundance for our Libras. This one is reversed, and remember, these ones you really can't see too well, so I'll read them. Organize for success. Do not let the word organize intimidate you, as it is simply a way for you to ensure clarity of purpose. And that might be what you might have a little problem with it. Like I said, you'll know it, you just can't necessarily explain it. Okay, organizing your thoughts, your reports, your living and working space, and your finance will help you know and plan your next action steps. Now, one thing about organizing, it's, you know, especially if, you know, especially as we're getting closer and closer to the thinning of the veil, and, you know, and we want to work more with our angels and the other side of the, you know, spirit guides. They don't like messes. So it's always good to clean up your messes. Okay? Just saying. Just saying. So organize for success. I don't know, clean up your messes. Anyway, let's see what we've got here. So you've got a lot of things going on here. Your energies they're all, you know, here you have the occult energy, you have the hidden energy. Remember, occult is not a dirty word or a bad word. It's just hidden. It's things you're not quite, you know, you don't see. So you have your hidden energy, you're feeling deeply, you know, seeing the truth about things. Things aren't, you know, necessarily something that you can explain away, but you just know it. And somehow, you know, somehow it would help if you organize yourself, organize your thoughts, organize your workspace. Okay, let's see what crystal or energy we have that would be helpful for our Libras here. Let's see. Okay. Blue calcite. Well, this would be good too. Soothing, inner peace, universal perspective, strong memory. My Libras tend to have a very good memory. So let me know, please, my lovely Libras, please let me know what this meant to you. But besides commenting, again, the like, share, subscribe, click on the bell for notifications. As always, though, my Libras, always know that you are loved. Stay shining and be blessed. Bye-bye.